Hey, 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 I hit the button already. You did what now? I hit the button. Well, then do your thing. All right, what is up, everyone? And thank you for checking out Don't Say the F Word. We are a pro wrestling and combat sports podcast, and we don't use the F word when we talk about professional wrestling. You shouldn't let your friends use it either. It's Wednesday. We are going to be taking a look at what happened on Monday Night Raw. Well, look at that. Downtown Championship Wrestling is already here, live on Instagram. Jeremy, can you pick this camera up? Why is it? There we go. There we go. Got it all fixed. All right. Now, you want to wave at Downtown Championship Wrestling then? Yeah, I can do that. I'll hit the little wave thing. Boom. There we go. You see that? Why are you wearing the sombrero? Because this Saturday, July 12th, my friend Freddie from Fat Ink, Ohio, he's my tattoo artist. He's doing Cinco de Mayo round 2 at Don Tequila's in Elyria. Also, Mega Championship Wrestling, they're doing a show in Elyria too. Did you know that? Yeah, I was aware. I knew that. Yeah, so who knows? You never know what mega stars could show up to Don Tequila's. Someone might take a tornado DDT right into a bowl of salsa. I don't think that's what's gonna. I don't believe that will happen. I've been surprised before, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you get out of line, I'm gonna hit you with a tornado DDT, put you right into a bowl of salsa. Why? Why are we already there? The show just started. Joe's not even here, and you're already threatening me. I don't understand why. Why is this where we're at? Because you're getting out of line. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna recap Raw, preview Dynamite, talk about All In. What else? What else you gonna talk about? Mostly your attitude, to be honest. I think that's really the biggest problem we have is that you're getting angrier, and I don't understand why. It's because you haven't given me coffee. Okay, there you go. Don't know how that's going to solve the problem. But, hey, if you think that's going to work, then go right on ahead. It makes me a little bit more perky and gives me more energy. I don't think more energy is really what you need. You talked to Don Tequila's, you talked about Mega. Did you tell them that they could save money with Pure Plank in the link? Yeah, you guys looking to get 6-pack abs? We got a promo code for Pure Plank. You can use it, and you can get buff like me. Buff like you. That absolutely has got to be what everyone is striving for. He's going to get himself a Pure Plank and try to get some 6-pack monster abs. Hey, Joe.
Hey, what?
You been planking?
I haven't gotten to sub planks yet.
You see this? I'm planking, Joe. Abs of steel right here.
Ooh,
Watch this. No hands.
Okay. How long did it take to get them abs like that? Just like
I've been using my Pure Plank for 6 months.
And the abs came like, how long did the first abs start to show within that 6 months?
Yep, abs happen in the kitchen, Joe.
Oh, okay.
You gotta put in the work in the kitchen, not just in the gym. You gotta eat right. You gotta train. You gotta say your prayers. Take your vitamins. Get on steroids. What? Don't suggest. No, that's not the. No. I mean, yeah, but no. Oh. Did you hear that?
What's she say?
She said she thinks I misunderstood what putting in work in the kitchen means.
You weren't supposed to eat everything.
She said, would you hear that?
Hey! I disregard whatever she said. She had no business even saying that.
Ain't that some shit?
You know the problem is, I know it is. She's trying to blame it on you because your daughter and future nephew be coming over eating all the food. That's why she's trying to play it on you.
You know what? That's a valid point. Because you know who ate all the hot dogs?
They did.
The kids. That's why we ain't ever got two things that go together.
So
We got
there you
peanut
go.
butter, no jelly. Hog, no balls. Cool, no aid.
See, so she blame it on you. She knows
Yeah,
the kids did it, but
blaming me.
she rather say she trying to blame it on you. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's offensive, really.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you think she'd be more appreciative.
I would too, but not.
Of what? I'm not sure, but I think she'd be more appreciative. I mean, honestly, it's her fault. What's her fault?
Yeah, what's her fault?
It's her fault that you eat up all the food. Okay, first of all, I don't eat up all the food, but I would love to hear your logic. I mean, she's an incredible cook, and if she didn't cook so good, you probably wouldn't be eating all that food.
Time out. Look. The truth of the matter is, she
He
may
makes a
cook.
good point.
She may cook good, but the fact remains: the kids come over and eat the food and try to play victim and blame it on you. That's all it is.
You damn right. The punk ass kids. I hope they ain't watching.
Right.
Don't worry, they're not. Why'd you say it like that? Why'd you say it like? Get out of here. I don't like the level of disrespect on a Wednesday.
I don't either. But it's wrong they do that to you.
Yeah. If I wanted to be disrespected like this, I would be doing my real job.
I would.
I mean, I kind of am. I don't know.
Well, yeah. Like 80-20, you're doing your real job. 80-20, you're doing your real job.
I have ADHD. I do 40 hours on my real job and first 4 hours of day one of the week. That's how I get down.
There you go. That's how you get down. All right.
I'm also highly skilled at using generative AI. Saves me a lot of time. Tons of time.
Oh. Speaking of AI, did you hear the news?
What?
Starting July 15th on YouTube, any creator contactor who uses AI will not get paid.
I did see that. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm here for that.
Mm-hmm.
That is a good step forward because, as we've talked, I had a bad feeling that a lot of people were just going to solely use AI,
Yep.
and it was going to really invade the space.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad they've made that step. But you want to talk about something invading the space, and I didn't have a note to talk about this, but you brought up the AI thing. So I want to bring out another problem.
What's that?
And I think it's a huge issue. You can give me your thoughts. Podcasting is not for famous people. Listen, and I'm going to lay it out for you, Joe, and you can just tell me what you think. So,
Okay.
I have been listening to podcasts for some time, quite some time. We're talking early 2000s, pre-2010. I remember downloading podcasts onto my iPod to listen to podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, one of the primary ones was Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes. I can't remember what theirs was called, but I'm a big fan of Kevin Smith's movies. So I listened to that. And he was already a famous people, but I don't think Kevin Smith really counts as famous because he seems like he wouldn't be.
Yeah.
But I am an OG DeathSquad.tv Joe Rogan podcast listener. An OG Rogan bro.
Oh, hey, that's
Yeah,
cool.
man. I mean, we're talking like
That's
old
cool.
school. He was sitting on his couch with Brian Redband
Oh,
doing.
damn.
I was there from like the beginning.
What was that?
Rogan was
15?
famous.
That like 15 or 13.
2012, like
13. I thought it was
12,
13.
13. It was a long time ago. Actually, probably like 2011, something like that. I can't remember when he started, but it was pre-Chael Sonnen, Anderson Silva. Before that,
Mm.
because right around that time was the first time I was on a podcast. So,
Mm.
but anyway, Rogan was famous, but he wasn't famous to everybody. He was famous to MMA fans and random stand-up comedian fans, right?
Yeah.
The space was created for people to talk about the shit they're into that don't have a big platform to stand on. It was an alternative to radio.
Mm-hmm.
If you're famous already, you already got a platform.
That's
Get
true.
out of our shit. This ain't for you. And by the you, I specifically mean Cody Rhodes. I specifically mean The Undertaker.
Okay.
If your podcast is backed by a billion-dollar corporation, it's not a podcast anymore. You're doing radio.
Mm-hmm.
Just doing radio.
I know.
This is not for them. It was never for podcasting was pirate radio.
Mm-hmm.
It was the talk radio version of college radio on campuses, where people who shouldn't have been given a microphone had one.
I can agree with that.
There's no reason for famous. Cody Rhodes doesn't need a podcast. He doesn't need it. All it does is make it so WWE wrestlers won't go to anyone else's shit. I understand them wanting to control. I get it. But stop calling it a podcast. It's not what it is. It's a tightly held together, heavily produced show. It's a show. You're putting it on YouTube like it's not a show. It's a show. You're not doing camera cuts because you want to pretend that it's a podcast. It's not a podcast. There's a camera crew. There's a production crew. You're editing the shit out of it. You have a budget, a very large scale budget. Infinite money could be thrown at Cody Rhodes' podcast because, first of all, it's a commercial for Weekly Vodka.
That's about it. It's for the vodka.
It's not a podcast, man. It's not. That's not what it is. And I'm a Cody Mark. The thing is bullshit. Like, it's just bullshit.
Okay. Now, I'll give you my opinion on the podcast thing. I would say there are certain famous people that deserve a podcast. Certain famous people. Not all, but certain ones. And I definitely would say it shouldn't be, let's say, athletes or commentators in the same category that work with each other back to back and then starting a podcast because, hey, John started one. Well, now here's Michael starting one. Now, for instance, I listen to a lot of hip-hop podcasts. Drink Champs. Boom. Now, that's what you should listen to. They got some good stuff going on there. Drink Champs. The Breakfast Club. That's good, too. Not promoting any shows to watch. Just saying. But that's
You're
the
gonna
OG.
plug the Breakfast Club with Charlamagne the God on our show. Charlamagne, he's a piece of shit. Charlamagne the God is a terrible human being.
But he's good at it, though. He's good at it. That's
Good at being a terrible human being?
He's good at making you believe it and get on your nerves. That's why
Making you believe it? But are you trying to convince me that Charlamagne the God is playing a character? That is he playing the heel? Is that what I'm supposed to believe?
I'm letting you know, Charlamagne the guy is
A
changed
pile of
person.
shit.
He's a changed person now
Why? Because he's a Republican now?
because he went to his therapist. He goes to his therapy now. He's not being that villainous person that you probably remember back in like 15. He's a changed person now. Okay, he's a changed person. But anyway,
Okay, I'm gonna tell you exactly why I think Charlamagne the God's a piece of shit. Because I remember like the first interview he did with Post Malone, where he was just really disrespectful to Posty, said a lot of out of pocket shit. And why'd he do it? You know why he did it? He's jealous. It's just jealousy. Posty handled it like a champ.
yeah, that's a good thing.
I would have slapped him right in his gums.
Yeah,
I would have slapped the shit out of that dude.
I know. But that's why I say he changed from probably the last time. He said he's a changed person now. He changed. So I'm just throwing it out there.
The only thing that's changed about him is that he's a Republican now because the side he was waving a flag for lost. Now he's trying to switch gears and try and get a different fan base because the flag he was waving lost. And there's something like 17 million people have watched the YouTube clips of him being a complete asshole to Post Malone, and Posty just handled it like a champ. And he probably went, you know what? Yeah, I do come off like a dick.
That's why I said he's a changed person now. He's a very changed person now, y'all. Changed person.
I don't buy it. I can't tell you the last time I listened to the Breakfast Club, but I don't buy it. But I think there's a space in podcasting for the used to be's.
Yeah.
Vince Russo having a podcast. Now, scratch that. I don't like that he talks at all. But him having a podcast makes sense.
Yeah.
Bischoff having a podcast makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Taker having a podcast.
I'll say this. If I had to pick who doesn't deserve in the wrestling business, who don't need a podcast, here's the ones that I watch that I'm really not into. Okay. Starters. Devon podcast. He normally had it on for like 30 minutes. At least 30 minutes. Nothing really talking about. Just the same thing about back in the ECW days, we did this. Me and my brother, we always like this, da-da-da. And how you love all the fellow coworkers. I would say Cody Rhodes ain't really that important. And it's just there. Undertaker, I would say his first couple episodes, okay, they were good, but then it just went too far. Then he got his wife on there as well. So now it's kind of like going downhill. JBL, Tay Long, they really don't need it. Stevie Richards, I give Stevie Richards credit. That's good to watch. Maven, he's good to watch because he does inside of the business and let everybody know he go. And he still does tour to even other companies just to show you spotlight wrestling. And Jim Cornette, Jim Cornette, that's a good one. It's a good one.
I'm amazed that you like Jim Cornette.
But it's a good one. If you listen to the stuff he says on that podcast, it's sadly, but it's very interesting. Now, as for your thou shall not say the name of it because I ain't trying to get killed later. But it's a decent one, okay?
Which one? Go ahead, say it.
Sure. I don't want to say it because I
Go
know
ahead,
it's
say
hard.
it. Go ahead.
Okay. Busted Open Radio.
And here, I've enjoyed Busted Open over the years. I've openly said that. My issue with Busted Open has come over probably the past 18 months or so. And it's because what the content is of the show has changed. It's not always, but often enough, not unbiased. It used to be a show that was generally unbiased. People may have their preferences on the show. They may talk about their likes and their dislikes, and that's fair. It's opinions, and that's what podcasting is. It's people sharing their thoughts and opinions. From my perspective, what Busted Open Radio has become too often, and again, not all the time, but too often, it feels like the opinions aren't genuine and authentic, but are something someone was told to say, or an opinion that was influenced from a paycheck. And that's not why I started listening to Busted Open. Also, very important thing. This is real important about my opinion of Busted Open. I don't think hosts of a show that size and that caliber should be jerks to their fans on the air, especially if they're not going to keep the fan there for a rebuttal. So to disconnect from a fan you have live on the show, to then drag the fan or to make fun of or whatever it is, and not allow them the opportunity to rebuttal on the show, it's kind of a dick move.
Mm-hmm.
I also think Dave LaGreca started yelling way too much.
That dude be hyping too much.
He yells a lot. It's like, it reminds me of like 2019 YouTube videos where everyone was yelling for some reason. I don't know why that's the route he's gone, but that just seems to be like what a lot of it is. He's just yelling and screaming a lot. Maybe that's his new character. Maybe that's his gimmick.
Yeah, because it just depends on the topic. You can see him getting hyped, turning all red like he Incredible Hulk. Ooh, man.
Yeah. It's obvious to everyone that Bubba Ray Dudley is just kind of a shill. There we go. G Streets. Dropping that F, Bubba Ray. This is my perspective of Bubba Ray Dudley. He reminds me of the old dude everyone knows who still thinks he can beat somebody's ass and he can't.
Oh, you're talking about somebody's uncle. Gotcha.
Yeah, everybody's got that uncle, right?
Yeah.
And to me, that's Bubba Ray Dudley. And I just think he's such a clear, obvious shill for a paycheck. Like, his opinion of everything is totally different once he's collecting that WWE paycheck. Like, he's applauding things that aren't good on a regular basis. And so is Dave LaGreca. I mean, I sent you the clip of
I saw it.
Sam Roberts and Dave LaGreca talk about, at best in the ring. Sam Roberts has always been a WWE show. He's never really tried to shy away from it either. Dave LaGreca, getting WWE checks, prior to that happening, would be pretty open and honest about stuff that was bad. Especially early AEW existence, he was pretty came across as unbiased. Pre AEW existence, it almost seemed like he didn't even like wrestling anymore. He was very openly critical of WWE's product.
But ain't Dave getting paid by iHeart, not WWE?
I mean, they've been on WWE. They've done interview spots on WWE shows, so they've definitely been paid by WWE.
Okay.
And Bubba Ray Dudley's on LFG, so he's definitely getting paid right. I'm not saying WWE is paying SiriusXM and the Busted Open program. I'm just saying they are both collecting paychecks from WWE for things they've done for WWE.
Okay.
Whether or not WWE is, paying some advertising dollars towards SiriusXM and Busted Open as a whole, I have no idea. But they have both been collecting checks from WWE for their involvement in WWE programming. Not saying they shouldn't be getting those checks for that work. I'm just saying since they've been getting those checks, their opinions have changed. Or they've at least gained a new perspective of things they would have not liked a few years ago.
I can see that. I can see it.
There's not a sensible wrestling fan on the planet who's going to look at Cody Rhodes' in-ring performances over the past year and look at what Will Ospreay has done over the past year and be able to tell me Cody Rhodes is better in-ring.
That's why I said Okada maybe. But
in the last year, we just haven't seen a lot of Okada, right? But if you look whole career, Cody's never been better than Okada.
Yeah.
It never will be.
I know that.
And I'm a Cody mark.
Yeah, that's why when I started watching it, I'm like, okay, I can get the Hangman. Then it got to Okada. I'm like, okay, maybe. I said he get the maybe on that one. But then when it got to Omega and Will Ospreay, I'm like, whoa, okay, something ain't right here. But I would say if they didn't say Cody, let's just say they didn't say Cody, they went to Ospreay. It would have came down to Will and Gunther, and I wouldn't even know who they would pick between them two if it went that far.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was like a weird thing to see. Like, man, like I get like trying to hype it up that Cody's like great in the ring, but I mean, again, as a Cody fan, it's not really his strong suit.
Yeah,
he's good. He's above average for sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
He ain't Okada.
Yeah,
he ain't Kenny.
He
sure as hell is not Will Ospreay.
That's why I said it should have stopped right there. It's like, cool, Cody, you hit your mark right there.
You know what, man? He ain't even Bryan Danielson.
That is true.
Right? And I get the whole, well, who makes you feel more? That wasn't even the question he was asking, though. He literally said, better in ring, and then said, who makes you feel more? It doesn't make any sense. Those two things are not the same thing. Cody makes you feel for the promo and the history. You're not feeling things about Cody Rhodes' character based on what he's doing between the bells.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the other shit. All the other. It's Dusty. Cody makes you feel because of Dusty. It's not the moves.
Yeah, it's not the moves. But you know
it's
what really
not even the most important thing. The most important thing in a wrestling match is the shit that happens between the moves. Cody's not really great at that.
Yeah, but the funny thing about it, when they got to Cody and Kenny, I remember this part funny. They said, you mean right now? Because Kenny is kind of banged up right now. So that's probably why they said right now when they got to Kenny in the ring right now. So that's why they said Cody. That's just why I think about that when I seen that part of it on it.
Yeah. I guess. I mean, I can see it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right now. Crazy.
I don't know. I just don't see. As much of a fan of Cody as I am, that whole thing was just silly. But I digress. Let's talk about Raw.
Raw. I can say this about Raw. I say this week it's getting a little bit better than last week. Raw is getting a little bit better.
Goldberg's entrance was pretty cool.
It was cool. Yeah, the car. Yeah.
That was a cool car.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the AJ Styles Dom little piece of stuff that was kind of funny.
That was funny. Yeah, that was good. Oh, and the new day coming out like they at a funeral.
When they said we're in mourning, and Pierce said it's evening.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Yeah. But you know why they're in mourning?
lost those titles.
Lost the titles. And they're gonna lose they losing their evilness too. They're going back to the good side. Watch, I'm telling you.
No way, man. No way. The heel run hasn't gone on long at all. They aren't the Big Show.
If you look at it, they came out funny, like they lost a real person, but they just lost the title. The crowd was laughing at them, but then again, that's the way to get the crowd to go back to like, hey, they're going to be goody two shoe guys again because the heel run wasn't really working for them.
Nah, man, they gotta keep going with this heel run. I don't know where you go with it, but just keep this. They're funny as heels too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I ain't heard that Killing new song yet. Single yet. I'll check it out later.
Oh, I haven't seen it. I haven't listened to it yet either. Let's talk about the opening. Bron Breakker takes that mic.
Hey, following Uncle footsteps.
It's almost like someone was listening when I said these guys should not be viewed as bodyguards, and they both take the mic in the opening segment.
Mm-hmm.
Are they called the Empire now?
I don't even know.
Is that going to be the name?
I hope not, but I heard when you said Empire, I did hear Empire. Let me go back.
They said it like 4 times.
Just hope Star Wars don't get trademarked for it, but hey, Empire.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they could. I don't know if they could get away with that. I don't know if. I don't know. I that ain't the play.
Yeah,
Draws too much connection to Star Wars. You can't. Yeah. They need a name though. They need a name badly.
I think they're doing fine without the name. They really is doing fine. Roman.
You think?
Yeah, they're doing fine. You might see Roman at SummerSlam or after SummerSlam like last year.
I think we'll get Roman at SummerSlam, a quick program, then he's gone again. I think. I mean, I feel like Roman's probably coming in the twilight of his career. You know, I still think he should be. If someone's going to beat Cody, he's going to beat John. It should be Roman, not Cody. Cody shouldn't beat John. Roman could beat him. Run it back. Let's run back the Tribal Chief. Because without him, things are a little stale.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they established Karrion Kross as a killer.
He's doing his thing. They put him on the show.
Mm-hmm. Put him on the show. Had him do something impactful. Bron Breakker destroys Sami.
Yeah, poor Sami.
Definitely poor Sami.
I can say this though. I've been watching Bron Breakker, and every time he did it, like You know that spirit about to come. Like you know
Yeah,
you're gonna be a
I like his
psychopath.
little head turn signal.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good emote.
Yeah. That's when you know something about to happen. Oop, outside that ring.
Jey Uso, Bronson Reed ends in a DQ and chaos. I was not expecting him to throw the gaming chair. That was unexpected.
I know. I don't know what they got going on with that right now, but them
They booked
tsunami,
a smart ending to that match.
them
That was a
tsunamis did
good.
it.
No one lost anything.
No.
No one had to eat the pin. A good, not a planned use of a foreign object to get DQ'd. Not a so obvious he's going to be a DQ. Just opportunity presented itself. He chucked the chair at it. I liked that.
And
That
the
was
chair,
smart booking.
I
Whoever
thought
produced
it
that one did a great job. Great job.
I think they said it was Jason Jordan.
Ah,
I could be wrong, but I think they said Jason Jordan did it.
and he did a great job there. And we had Seth and Penta. Man, a year ago, if you'd have told me we'd ever see Seth Rollins versus Penta, I would have said, that ain't going to happen.
It happened.
And it was a darn good match.
It was. I ain't even mad about it. It was decent. It was good. Only thing I'm mad about is what is it? That one site, the dirt sheet. They gave it 2 stars.
I mean, I don't understand people's star ratings. I really don't. Like, what do you compare it to? What did you think it was going to be? Now, listen, Seth Rollins is not going to have a 5-star match. And I don't mean that as a negative. I just mean, like, his knees are bad.
His body ain't that
His
stage
back,
no more.
yeah, he's still way better than average. But he's not going to do a 5-star match. And neither is Penta. Not going to happen. It doesn't need to. It was a main event of a random-ass Raw. Like, it was just... That show was... That entire show was structured to do one thing. To show you what the Seth Riders could be.
Okay. We'll go to Seth Riders for now. There we go.
Listen, I sent you that video. I don't know who made it. But I don't know. Maybe I can drop that in somewhere for the replay if I actually put this damn thing on YouTube. The Seth Riders video that whoever put together is really good. I hate it and love it at the same time.
I like
call
it.
The Seth Riders. Should I make a Seth Riders shirt?
Wait. Wait. Then some idiot will probably say, "Oh, they only made it called the Seth Riders because of the Death Riders."
Exactly. That's the whole point. It's the entire point. I thought Raw was actually pretty decent. I thought having Seth Rollins eat blunt force trauma.
Yeah. I say this. It was good because it showed each member of the group come out with just Paul Heyman solo. They all didn't come up all together.
Yeah. It kind of lets you know that one day Paul's going to leave that group with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Seth Rollins LA Knight is part of Saturday Night's main event or no?
Saturday Night main event.
I have to assume we're going to see the Seth Riders destroy LA Knight, right?
I think it's going to be CM Punk going to help him out. LA Knight.
You think?
Yeah. I don't know if you saw what was it? Commentary last week. Yeah, last week went backstage. LA Knight got the match at Saturday Night main event. Then CM Punk was upset at LA Knight for getting the match, and he said, "You get in the back of the line because I got him next, and then you can have him anytime after that." So, so I think it's
Do
probably
you
gonna be
think
an LA
Seth
Knight.
cashes in on Saturday Night's main event? If Seth and LA Knight are the first match, I think there's a strong chance that Seth cashes in.
If they are opening match, if it's the opening match, so far they got 3 matches. 2 probably gonna get added Friday, just to make up the 5. If that's the opening match, then yes, that would mean Gunther and Goldberg will be the main event. And if 5 minutes, let's say 5 minutes.
Kevin Nash thinks having Goldberg beat Gunther in 3 minutes is a good idea.
I'll say this: if Goldberg beats Gunther in 3 minutes, I won't watch Raw for 3 weeks. There you go.
Here was my take on Kevin Nash saying that. I believe that Kevin Nash believes that. I really do. I think he believes that that's a good idea. He also still thinks Finger Poke of Doom was the right call, because we still talk about it. So, would it get some attention? Sure. The only answer then is for Seth to cash in.
And that's it.
I think a better way to book Saturday Night's main event is Gunther and Goldberg. It shouldn't end with Goldberg winning. Gunther should beat Goldberg. But I think we should probably have the Seth Riders then attack Gunther. Don't have Seth cash in, though. But instead have the Seth Riders cause chaos and destroy everything at ringside area. Do a real, we're making a statement. We took over Raw. We showed ourselves there, but now we're on Saturday Night's main event, and let's tear this place apart. Everyone comes out. Yeah, really a show of dominance. Because really, there's not they keep talking about they're the future, but there's really not a mission statement to the faction. Seth has the Money in the Bank contract, but none of them have said that they really care that Seth is champion. The whole group has to care that the leader is the champion. It can't just be that he can cash in. Eventually, all of Judgment Day really wanted Damian Priest to win the belt.
They did.
Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed seem very indifferent to Seth becoming champion. It doesn't seem like it matters to the entirety of the group, and that's probably an issue.
Well, let's call them Shield 2.0 because that's how the Shield used to do it. They didn't really care. They only cared about one person getting it, and they didn't really say nothing about it.
And look, Shield breaks up. Now they run all of wrestling, but still.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look at Dynamite, man. Go home, Dynamite. Coming to us from Garland, Texas. The last Dynamite before All In. We do still have Collision that's going to happen. I don't know if that's live tomorrow, if they're taping that tonight.
I think it's tape.
We have an interesting Dynamite for a go home show. We're gonna get a MJF and Mark Briscoe a little bit of a talk for All In.
Talk, yeah.
That match is gonna be fun. I think, like I said before, I think we're gonna have to see a different side of MJF.
He's gonna have that diamond ring of his.
Something. They just had to be a little bit more of grittier style matchup, a little less. I'm an arrogant prick, a little bit more like I can fight. We also have Samoa Joe versus Wheeler Yuta. I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly is Wheeler Yuta's hair?
Couldn't tell you.
What is going on there? Like,
I guess it's a new way to change his character identity. Hairstyle. So
he's slowly becoming Cousin Ed.
that too. Yeah. It's maybe he's just getting prepared for No Say November. That's all I can say. I don't know.
I don't know. His hair is starting to become the. There's no other way to put it. Like that's starting to become what the character is. It's just the hair.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Samoa Joe is going to have to kill him, right?
Yeah, Samoa Joe, definitely. Unless Claudio's coming to help him out, then you're gonna get Claudio. Yeah, Claudio's got to come help him out.
Do you care to see Mercedes Moné and Toni Storm have a face-off?
It's just a good 10-minute conversation. Not really. That's about it.
There's no way that segment's going to be 10 minutes long, right?
It's a 10-minute segment.
Wow.
I'm calling it right now.
That's probably where I fall asleep.
I'm calling it right now. If you look at their talking skills, they both Tony a little bit faster on the mic, but Mercedes, she's a little bit slow and got the little high pitch, so she got to talk real low and slow. So, yeah, 10 minutes.
Have you been watching her promos after the first one that was one of the worst things ever?
Well, I just listened to it because somebody got to listen to it.
Have they improved?
Not really, but they all right.
Has it gotten worse?
It's still the same promo style that she did in WWE. It's still the same. Ain't nothing changed. It's same person, same character, just different name. That's it.
At least it hasn't gotten worse. I don't know how it could have, but at least it didn't get worse.
It didn't get worse. But yeah,
I don't know that I really like, other than to build the tension leading into All In. This match confuses me a bit as being something on the go home show. We have an all-star 8-man tag. We already have a lot of people involved now, right? But it's Moxley, the Young Bucks, and Claudio versus Hangman, Will Ospreay, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Shibata.
No swerve?
Why on earth would they put Mox and Hangman in this match together? Well, I mean, obviously, Trevor, why would they? We already know they have a Texas Death Match on Saturday. Why are we having them involved in a matchup on Wednesday? Why? We don't need that teaser on Wednesday. We already know what we're getting. We've literally seen these guys have a Texas Death Match before.
But I'll say it's because they don't want to be like your last face-off before the main event. They want everybody to see them get into the fight, get in the ring one more time before they do the Texas Death Match. So they put them all an 8-man tag. So they keep getting everybody in there, work you up, just get you prepared to tune in Saturday so you can see the real thing. So that's what they're doing it for. They're just doing it.
Did I miss something? I thought the Bucks said they still loved Hangman. Why are they on the other team? They said they would help Hangman. He said he didn't want their help, but when did they ever agree that they weren't going to help?
see. Well, it was, what was it? A couple weeks ago. Was that Collision? I think it was Collision or Dynamite. Where all four was in the ring. And then they want to attack they super kicked Hangman. That was it.
Did they?
Yeah, when the lights went off, they was in the ring. They super kicked them.
Ah.
I don't know if you saw that part. Yeah, they super
I did
kicked
not see that part. So, do you, at the end of the day, when the dust settles at All In, who is the AEW World Champion?
Honestly, I can't tell you.
Do you really feel like it's still up in the air?
It's up in the air.
Do you think there's a chance that Jon Moxley leaves All In as the AEW World Champion?
I got a feeling it's going to be like a DQ. Or
It can't be. It's Texas Death.
Texas Death. That's right.
Anything can go in here, so anyone can help anyone. There could be all the outside interference in the world. We can use all the weapons we want. This can go all over that stadium. This can be whatever they want it to be.
Okay, I say
Do it fast. Like, you got to make a pick, Joe. On Saturday, who leaves Texas as the AEW World Champion?
I give the Hangman because Hangman normally been. They put up a post that he won almost every single Texas death match he's been in. So I gotta give the Hangman.
So Hangman makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Feels like it should be Hangman, right?
It should be Hangman.
Hangman's the main character of AEW, right?
He is.
If someone's going to, quote unquote, save AEW from anyone, it probably should be Hangman Adam Page who does it, right?
It should be, yeah.
What better time to have your heel win then? When all signs indicate that your babyface should. Because if Hangman Adam Page beats Mox and Texas Deathmatch in Texas, what happens next week on Dynamite? Where do you go if Hangman wins? Do you go to Hangman versus Swerve? Because for that to happen, Swerve and Will Ospreay have to beat the Bucks. So then, what is your follow-up program for Hangman Adam Page? What is your main event following Hangman beating Mox?
I got it. This is what I would do. Bring back Daniel Bryan and help Mox win.
But why would he help Mox? Mox is the one who retired Bryan.
And that's why, because he wants to be the one to take the belt off. And then he turns on Mox in the ring.
I kind of do think that Bryan Danielson does return at All In. He's kind of already had a return match at Collision, like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he was there. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, man.
Yeah. I kind of do think he gets involved in this.
Oh, but remember, I said it about 10 months ago. He'll be the one, even though he'll be out neck surgery.
Well, he can't be I guess he could be. If Hangman doesn't win and Bryan comes back, he could be the guy to beat Mox. A week ago, I said that Hangman has to beat Mox. He has to.
Mm-hmm.
Got to get the belt back. He's got to he's the main character. And then I got to thinking, but then what? A heel is always a better champion because it's about the chase.
It is.
So if Hangman wins, who's his heel? Who's his adversary? Like, to have a hero, you have to have a villain. And if Mox probably should lose and ride off into the sunset for a little while, let the main event scene happen without him, and then he can come back. But who then? Do you want to see Hangman as your hero and your champion? Who do you build up for him to defeat next? I don't know who that is. If Mox keeps the belt, you have a plethora of baby faces to face him next.
I'll say, okay, here, I got it. I'll put Bobby Lashley as the next person.
So he's got to drop the tag belts.
No, he can do both.
I guess that's true. He's a heel. He works opposite Hangman. Swerve works because they just have the history, but do you just immediately call back that history right away?
Well, technically, Swerve is up in the air this Saturday.
Right. He could lose. And that's a match I'm even more curious about the ending of. It's going to be a fun match to watch, but it makes sense to take the EVP title off of the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, it's an anchor around their necks. Like, you kind of always have to have them involved in that kind of shit. Yeah. And it's really not that entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
But if they beat Swerve and Will Ospreay, you then have all kinds of craziness that gets to place. You take those two guys out of the main event for the next year. That really opens up for 4 more people, really, because you have to build 2 different rivalries that need to intermingle around the main event scene to take 2 more talents to put into the main event scene.
Yep. That's why I said that
creatively, it's almost better for the Bucks to win. Because who really gives a shit if being EVPs isn't that fun to watch anymore? If they win, we then get to see who gets to move up from the mid card, and you get to leave Swerve and Will in the mid card to chase after Kenny.
And that's why I said that match got my attention after they did that crazy announcement last week.
I have to assume that we're just going to get Will and Swerve winning so that the Bucks don't have to be EVPs anymore. And we can do something different with them creatively. But just if they win, there's so many other options. Like then the mid card becomes crazy. And if you let the mid card become crazy for a year, that means in 2026 we then get Swerve and Will Ospreay in the main event scene. We take them out for the rest of 2025, and then second half of 2026, they're the main event. While you've built up 4 other potential main eventers. For the Hell Show, that's a better call.
And that's why I was thinking about it. It's better if they lose. It really is better if Hangman
is better. They're not gonna, but it's better if they do.
But I really think they're gonna lose this Saturday. It's funny. I know it's a year, but it's better than not having the contract saying you can't fight for your entire career. It's just a year.
And like you put that little timestamp on there tells me they could do it. Like it's not forever. It's just for a year, and then you can make that big card belt be real important. I can't be a world champion, but I can be a champion. I gotta beat Kenny. Just gotta beat Kenny. Can't hear you. Try now. Can't hear you. Nope. Nope. Still can't hear you. Lose the earbuds. Just throw them in the charger. Just go no earbuds. I'll shut up. You can send us home. Nope. Got nothing. Well, that's a bummer. So you guys are tune in next time to hear Joe's thoughts, but it won't be until probably post All In. Oh, Joe said, "Wait a minute. How about now?"
All right, there we go. There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
What'd you do?
I don't know what happened. It just working, then
Get your shit together, Joe. All right, Joe. Tell us your thoughts and then send us home.
all right. My thoughts is this: Saturday is gonna be a long ass day, so from probably 3 to 11, that's gonna be like a whole 10-hour day right there. Just saying.
A lot of wrestling on Saturday.
I'm gonna say this, as I was saying before I got disconnected. And also, yeah, tonight is gonna be a fun night. We're gonna see some rivalry start, and Swerve Ospreay 3 is going to happen when they lose. That's my prediction. Swerve Ospreay 3, boom. Swerve is going to attack Kenny and beat him. Will, and it's going to be fun come Saturday.
You know, here's one thing I love about an AEW show.
Mm-hmm.
As we get to the week of, I start feeling real up in the air of what I think is going to happen. WWE, we always know.
Yeah.
AEW, I'm always like, you know what? They actually could go the other way. I've been so confident it would be this, but it could be this. And it actually could make sense if they do it this way. Here's some things that I feel are pretty for certain. I think Darby Allin returns.
Darby Allin.
I think Bryan Danielson returns. I think Dijak debuts. And possibly Corbin.
Ooh. Okay.
If those two aren't at All In happening, next week on Dynamite, one of those two I feel like is going to debut. I think those are two good signings for AEW to get Dijak and Corbin.
They're in Texas, right? Texas.
They're in Texas. Dijak and Corbin have been working together in MLW.
That's right. They tag team champions. Right
Well, sorry, no, Maple Leaf. Maple Leaf Pro.
They're the tag team champions, yeah.
Not Major League. Maple Leaf. They're tag champs, which, who's involved in that? Scott D'Amore and Don Callis.
Mm-hmm.
Both very good relationships with AEW. They could still be the tag champs there and work in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Either of them would be a good addition to the Death Riders. Either of them would be good anywhere on the roster in AEW. So I could see that happening either at All In or next week on Dynamite. I just think we're in for, the rest of the week's going to be good in wrestling. I think Dynamite will be fun. I think All In's going to be fantastic. Saturday night's main event's going to be Saturday night's main event.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's happening in NXT, so I don't even have a thought at all. I don't know the last time I even watched it.
Okay. As of right now, at NXT, it's Ethan
Who's
Page
the champ?
versus Ethan Page, the North American champ, and he is going to fight Ricky Styles, whatever you call him, Saints, this Saturday. And apparently,
who's the NXT champion?
How you pronounce his name? Oh,
Is it Obafemi?
Over to me. That's how, yeah.
Is
And Trick Williams, a TNA champion.
Oh, that's right. I say for some reason I thought I seen Trick with a belt, but yeah, he's TNA champ, which is weird, but whatever. All right, everyone. Thanks for checking us out live on Instagram. If this is on YouTube or Spotify, awesome. That means I remember to do that. But you should follow us on Instagram so we can be in chat, or you can join in the show, have some fun, leave us comments. We'll be back at some point over the weekend to talk about all the craziness happening in wrestling. I don't know what day, so you should really follow us on Instagram so you just get notified when we go live. Joe?
Yeah. I'll just say this. I'll probably be talking to you Saturday. I'll probably not be on the show, but I'll probably talk to you Saturday.
Yep. All right. Everyone, keep moving forward. Tuck your chin. Keep your shoulders off the mat. We're out.